Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to County Soccer Complex here in Des Moines, Iowa, the home of the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We're here on Field 9. Blake Walker with you here for your 1-8 Class 2A quarterfinal matchup. It's the one-seeded 17-0 Gilbert Tigers taking on the 11-4 Center Point-Urbana Stormin' Pointers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Iowa High School State Soccer Tournament. We're glad to have you joining us here for our free coverage all day long here at the State Soccer Tournament. Class 3A has been in the books, and we are moving on to our Class 2A quarterfinals. And boy, we got a good one here. Gilbert, 17-0 on the season, a perfect year for the defending state champions. They take on the Center Point-Urbana Stormin' Pointers, 11-4 on the season. They get back here thanks to a win against Applington-Parkersburg. 3-2 was the victor for the Stormin' Pointers over the Falcons. Meanwhile, Gilbert took care of business against Knoxville and Sheridan in the postseason, 8-2 and 3-0. Tyler Holton is the leader in goals today, 21 goals for Tyler. 9 assists. Truman Kruckenberg, 9 goals, 12 assists on the year. And Matthew Weber, 45 saves, a 90% save percentage. On the other side for Center Point-Urbana, Gage Pierce, 6 goals, 6 assists. Will Cardo, 10 assists. And Tate Krebsbach, 67 saves this year. That's an 85% save percentage overall for the Stormin' Pointer goalie. We will come back and we'll get back to you for your starting lineups and get you ready for the kickoff of this Class 2A quarterfinal. You're watching free coverage of the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, and those around you.
Good sportsmanship is about character, accountability,
and setting a positive example in and out of competition.
Before the game starts, remember,
sportsmanship starts with you.
We watch sports to see the unexpected. We play sports to feel something. Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. But our reputation wasn't given to us, it was earned. We are the rising stars, the grinders, the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. From the backyards and backfields to the back rooms and backstage, we put in the work, and we're starting to reap the rewards. Events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the essence are silent. Let's go!
Welcome back to the Iowa Boys State Soccer Tournament, your IHSAA State Soccer 2A quarterfinals here at the County Soccer Park here in Des Moines, Iowa. Number 1 seeded Gilbert taking on number 8 seeded Center Point-Urbana. Taking a look at how the bracket shakes out here. Gilbert faces CPU, bottom of the bracket. The winner of this game will play Webster City and or Bishop Heelan, the 4 and 5 seeded matchup. On the other side of the bracket, Decorah is taking on Perry, and then Glenwood is facing Assumption. That is your Class 2A bracket. All of Class 2A will be filled for your champion or for your semifinals, which will take place on Friday at either Drake University or MediaComp Stadium, both of which are right next to each other, both Drake Stadium and MediaComp Stadium. Excited to see how everything shakes out here over the next couple hours here. Gilbert 17-0 on the season, a perfect season. Defending state champions, looking to repeat, and boy, they got a roster to do it. 66 goals scored this season. Center Point-Urbana, 40 goals this year. This is the first time these two teams have met since 2012 when Gilbert got away with a 2-1 victory over the Stormin' Pointers. We will step aside for one more quick break, and when we come back, we'll get you starting lineups and all. You're watching the 2024 Iowa High School Athletic Association State Soccer Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects.
From learning how to build relationships
And healthy lifestyles.
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state soccer tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. And to help celebrate this achievement, the Iowa Farm Bureau provides commemorative soccer balls for each team competing in the state tournament. These keepsakes are a great way for these athletes to remember their experience here, as well as the teammates, coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors who've all played an important role in their journey. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Welcome back to the IHSAA State Soccer 2A quarterfinal. The Gilbert Tigers, 1 seed. Gilbert taking on the 8 seed. Center Point-Urbana Stormin' Pointers. Blake Walker with you here this afternoon. It is a sea of red here today for the Gilbert Tigers and a sea of black and yellow for the Center Point-Urbana Stormin' Pointers. The field starting to take shape. The players starting to work their way onto the pitch, and we're just about set to get your starting lineups. It is a beautiful day, 70 degrees. Wind is currently about 4 miles an hour out of the east, gusts up to 9 to 10 miles an hour. It feels like a perfect day, and all sun, no clouds in sight. We'll send it down to the pitch for your PA announcer and your starting lineups.
Ladies, the high athletic nation and Des Moines. Ladies and gentlemen, the Iowa High School Athletic Association in the city of Des Moines welcome you to County Soccer Park for the 2024 Boyd State Soccer Tournament. This quarterfinal match in Class 2A features the Stormin' Pointers of Center Point-Urbana and the Tigers of Gilbert. Let's meet the players and coaches of both teams. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Stormin' Pointers of Center Point-Urbana, introducing the non-starters and assistant coaches. Number 3, Logan Nissen. Number 8, Nick Congable. Number 9, Jensen Thornton. Number 12, Noah Shildrock. Number 15, Joey Doherty. Number 16, Ben Scholl. Number 25, Jackson Kelly. Number 18, Carter Duffy. Number 19, Connor Kelly. Number 20, Kyler Thomas. Number 21, Cooper Ross. Number 22, Isaac Henderson. Number 23, Henry Buck. Assistant coach, Ethan Sells. And assistant coach, Steve Dickinson. Now, for the home team on the scoreboard, the Tigers of Gilbert, introducing the non-starters and assistant coaches. 0-0, Matthew Weber. Number 5, Camden Stevens. Number 7, Connor Rash. Number 13, Jack Hackett. Number 14, Cole Capture. Number 15, Zach Schrader. Number 16, Mitch Walter. Number 17, Zach O'Reilly. Number 18, Jacob Tolman. Number 20, Eli Hay. Number 22, Brendan O'Brien. And number 25, Andrew Chapton. And number 34, Tayton Ward. Assistant coach, Jeff Redmond, Kyle O'Reilly, and Michael Hyde. Introducing the starting lineup for Center Point-Urbana. The Storm Pointers with a record of 11-4 are coached by Curtis Cassidy. A little bit tighter. Starting, senior number 1, Jared Coppadryer. A senior number 2, Gage Pierce. Senior number 4, Drew Shellhorn. A senior number 5, Casey Wirtz. Senior number 6, Dan Greif. A senior number 7, Brody Behrens. Sophomore number 10, Will Carter. Senior number 11, Bradley Jones. Senior number 13, Isaac Larson. Junior number 14, Jared Bosenberg. And in goal this afternoon, a sophomore number 10, Tate Krubsbach. Introducing the starting lineup for Center Point-Urbana. A sophomore number 1, Preston Stensland. A senior number 2, Jackson Johnson. Junior number 3, Tyler Holton. Senior number 4, Nash Hansen. Sophomore number 6, William Tarones. The junior number 8, Owen Matson. A senior number 9, Isaac Weary. A senior number 10, Truman Kuchenberg. A sophomore number 11, Logan Harswick. A senior number 12, Dylan Terry. And in goal this afternoon, sophomore number 0, Tyler Jerkins. The Tigers, with a record of 17-0, are coached by B.J. Jordison. The officials for this game, as assigned by the Iowa High School Athletic Association, are the center referee, Cassidy Moulton. The AR1, Jeremy Mateer. AR2, Jared Meyer. And the fourth official, Michael Vosaka. Ladies and gentlemen, the field is yours for play. Good luck.
All righty, we are ready to go here for your 2024 IHSAA State Soccer Tournament. And before we begin today's game, we'd like to again once to thank the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2024 IHSAA State Soccer Tournament. As sole title sponsor of Iowa High School Athletic Association, Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievement on the field and in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders. Gilbert, defending state champions, Class 2A, 17-0, taking on the 11-4 Center Point-Urbana Storm and Pointers, who have gotten hot at the right time. Winners of 5 out of their last 5, including a win at the time over number 5 Marion. They defeated Applington Parkersburg 3-2 in their sub-state championship. Gilbert has not lost 5 out of the last 5. Obviously, one of those wins coming against Perry, who is here at the state tournament. They defeated Knoxville 3-0 was the final score to make it here to state. Heavy anticipation here. All of our 1-8 matchups happening here on field number 9. It's our first match of the day on the Class 2A side, and then it's 10-minute increments in between. So you have us starting here. Next field over, which is Webster City and Bishop Heelan, starts at the 110 mark, 120, 130 as the day progresses on. And so on and so forth. We'll wrap today up with Class 1A and then Class 4A in the evening. Center Point-Urbana in white with black shorts. Gilbert in a darker gray, black color. All across the board with red numbers. And I mean a terrific student turnout here for Gilbert. And they're all sitting on the left side of your camera near the far corner. Really, really good viewing and good showing by the Gilbert students. And we're off and running in your Class 2A quarterfinal, a semifinal spot on the line here. Storm and Pointers trying to get a run out early. Instead, it's taken away. Here's Preston Stensland, who will head upfield to Truman Krukenberg. And that one's knocked out, and it'll be a goal kick upcoming. Or no, excuse me, last touched by the Storm and Pointers. So Gilbert will get a corner kick in the first minute of play. And it'll be Jackson Johnson to be the one to kick. Johnson's kick on the way. High header, misses. Wonderful opportunity. Gilbert just kicks it to the left off a header and comes up just short. And the CPU defense holds serve. Really good showing in the crowd in general today. Also very good showing on the sideline near the touchline. Obviously everybody brings their lawn chairs and stuff. Preston Stensland working his way through traffic. He wanted to fire. Instead, he goes back to the near side to Truman Krukenberg. Krukenberg fires to the middle. Backside, nothing going. Great defense by CPU. That was number 6, Dan Grief, in there to break that one up. If he didn't get there, it was going to be an ugly, ugly goal nonetheless, but a corner kick upcoming for Gilbert. Kick on the way, header. That was Preston Stensland, or excuse me, that's Jackson Johnson, the one kicking. Went right back out off the header, and Gilbert will line back up again. Kick on the way. Centered, kicked out. Nicely done by the Storm and Pointers. I believe that was Drew Shellhorn. Leading the charge is Gage Pierce. Pierce tried to get it ahead and just a little bit behind his intended target. Race forward over on the far touchline. CPU gets it back in the middle. Ball bounces out to the outside. Dan Grief is there, and now Gilbert's able to hop on top of it. A lot of hand fighting there. Grief takes it back away. Gage Pierce going after it. Over on the far touchline, they're going to say it goes out, and it's Storm and Pointer ball. Nice little drive today for CPU fans coming along I-80. Just north of the Cedar Rapids area, kind of around that area where Urbana is located. Gilbert, obviously north near Boone, coming down on I-35. Long boot down the near sideline here. This will be picked up by Isaac Larson. Larson will fight with Preston Stensland with it. And Drew Shellhorn will push it upfield. Nope, caught back up by Gilbert. Number 10, Will Cardo. Nice head of hair on him. He's in the middle there for CPU, holding back the offensive attack. Jackson Johnson with it there in the middle. He'll go back to the back line. Nash Hansen back here. He's the one that's going to have it here. Gilbert, 66 goals scored this season. CPU, 40 goals scored this year. Nash Hansen tries to get in front. A little bit of collisions there. A couple Storm and Pointers hit the ground. Everybody's going for the ball here. Brody Behrens is in there. That's knocked out, and that's going to be Gilbert ball. As you can see, that is all of Gilbert's student section right there. They're all standing right there. A couple of them brought blankets, but they're all standing in that far corner. And they're going to have Gilbert's side in the second half. A couple players hit the ground. Foul will be called on center Point-Urbana. Bradley Jones got caught up in the legs there. And an upcoming kick here for Gilbert. Long boot by Owen Matson. CPU on a run out. Blazing speed by Jarrett Kopendryer. And Kopendryer got tripped up by the ball. Didn't get hit in the leg, just got tripped up by the ball. Long kick up ahead. Going after it is Jackson Johnson over there on that far line. And picked up by Will Cardo, and he'll go and turn it back upfield. And out of bounds it goes. CPU ball. Brody Behrens with it here. Goes back over to the far line. Jared Bosenberg. Gilbert, a lot of heavy offensive possessions here for the Tigers. Storm and Pointers trying to get their own together, and this one's going to run out ahead. Tyler Holton, the leading goal scorer, trying to work his way to the middle. Shot on goal is good. Wonderfully set up. Preston Stensland knocks in the goal off the assist by off Tyler Holton. And Gilbert takes the 1-0 lead. Wonderfully set up. I mean, that was perfectly placed. Tyler Holton kind of dragged everybody over with him, and Preston Stensland just kind of worked his way over and was able to get the goal. I believe we have a CPU player down over on the far line, just barely out of bounds. And I think they're going to go over and check on him, or there is a trainer checking on him, so. Whoever it was, he's back up and running here. Let me see if I can get a number. That is number 1. That is Jarrett Kopendryer. So Gilbert takes the early 1-0 lead here over center Point-Urbana thanks to a Preston Stensland goal. It's a Gilbert team that loves to score and is just so good in all assets of the game. A perfect 17-0 record. One of the best in the state, that's for sure, and they love to defend their title. Jackson Johnson working his way upfield. Turning around the edge, trying to center, out of bounds. What's the call going to be? It's going to be a goal kick. Truman Krukenberg got tripped up. He was the last one to touch it going for the goal. And comes up short, and it'll be a goal kick here for your goalkeeper, Tate Krebsbach of center Point-Urbana, 84% save percentage. Now, Matthew Weber, who is originally listed as one of the top goalkeepers for Gilbert, he is not the goalie today for Gilbert. It is Tyler Jenkins. That could change. Some teams do different goalies per half, but just worth noting. Another goal kick upcoming for center Point-Urbana. Very heavy attack so far for Gilbert. Already a 1-0 lead, 32:26 to go here in the first half. Just getting going here in your Class 2A quarterfinals. Bounce to the middle, and just barely hopping on top of it is Tate Krebsbach. Another thing you might notice, it kind of depends on where the sun is, but you might notice that on this near touch line, there's like 2 lines. There's out, and then there's like a faint out-of-bounds line. Well, this field must have been painted over this weekend, and in the painting, they moved the field over by about 5 feet to about the west, or the east, excuse me. So there's double lines kind of everywhere. The circle in the middle definitely has faded across the day as the girls played yesterday and the boys today, but you can still see the line here on the near touch line as of where the out-of-bounds marker was originally, and I think it's caught a couple guys off guard today so far. They're going to go right back to the goalkeeper here. Tyler Jenkins will hop on top of it, and they'll send the kick back toward the middle. Will Cardo gets in the middle and grabs a header here. CPU trying to respond after the goal by Gilbert. 2 teams out of very highly respected conferences. The Raccoon River, obviously one of the top conferences in the state in one of the 3A, 4A classes, if you will. Up there with the likes of the Hawkeye 10 and the Little Hawkeye, definitely one of the top in the state. And then Center Point-Urbana coming out of the very stacked Wamac Conference, made up of 16 teams. A really strong sprint to the near side. That's Nash, Hansen, and Jared Bosenberg. Or excuse me, that was Bradley Jones. Bradley Jones will throw in here. CPU tries to head. Nice clear out by Logan Harswick. Harswick had a really nice header there. CPU looked like they were going to be in good shape. But cleared out last second, and it'll be Gilbert ball going back the other way. Tigers with it near side, trying to center. A couple players hit the ground, no call. We play on. That one's knocked out. Nope, stayed in. Caught a weird piece of grass. Now it's out. Now it's Gilbert ball. Short throw in here for the Tigers, and they'll line up on an offensive attack. CPU able to clear out. It'll go back to the middle. And a runaway here for William Tarones. Tarones working hard over on that far line against Jared Bosenberg. Did it go out? Yes, it did. CPU ball. Nope, it's going to go to Gilbert. Tigers will get a throw in there after that quick substitution. They lead 1-0 is your score. Back to the middle of Nash Hansen here at the touchline. And near side to Preston Stensland. Runaway opportunity. Here goes Bradley Jones for CPU on the near side, trying to work around his defender. That's Nash Hansen again. Kicked out. Whose ball? It'll be Gilbert ball. That was going to be a tough call considering the whole student section was sitting down there and they would see clearly who the ball was going to go off of. And a handball is called on Center Point-Urbana. One thing about Gilbert, 37% shot percentage. That is up there in the class. CPU, 14% shot percentage. Another good header in the middle, picked up by Jackson Johnson. And now back to the back line. Dylan Terry sitting back there. There's Terry with it now. This back line staying busy, especially Nash Hansen here on this defending position. William Tarones there for a second. Now they'll go back over to Terry. Gilbert kind of taking their time here. Header kind of drops in an awkward direction, and the goalkeeper Krebsbach will come in and make the grab. Holds the lead at 1-0. Definitely big for Gilbert to be able to jump out early, kind of takes the pressure off and gets you on the board. You don't have to worry about it. We saw in our Class 3A quarterfinal, Des Moines Hoover didn't score till late over Indianola. And when you see these 1 seeds, it's just every 1 seed's different. And just because a number next to your name doesn't mean that, you're necessarily, anybody can play well at any time. We saw that earlier today with Indianola almost taking down the 1 seed Indianola, or 1 seed Des Moines Hoover. Indianola only had 6 wins. So another goal kick upcoming here for Krebsbach. Cordo tried to clear. Instead, they're going to go out to the corner. Is that going to be a corner? I don't think so. Nope, it'll be a throw-in. In the middle, knocked high in the air. Gilbert will try to get down and corral it here. CPU doing all they can to stay on top of things and both let Gilbert not get too far out ahead, but try to put some offensive pressure for their own together. Short pickup there in the middle by Casey Kurtz. And up the run comes Jacob Tallman. Tallman, a whistle blows. So CPU will get a free kick opportunity there, and that's Casey Kurtz to do it. Gilbert was right there to defend, and now the Tigers have a little bit of numbers here. A push ahead by Tyler Holton. He had the assist on the first goal. Holton fires a low line drive, and it drops into the lap of Krebsbach. Holton, the team leader in goals, 21 this season. Couple Gilbert players collect. Looks like everybody's okay. Tallman, back to Stensland. 24:38 to go here in the first half. Gilbert on top of CPU, your 1 and 8 seeds here in the Class 2A quarterfinal. Gilbert tries a little bit of a crosser. CPU's right there to recover. At the conclusion of this game at 4 o'clock, 1-seeded West Branch, another undefeated team, will take on Van Meter. And then Johnston and Iowa City High to round out our evening. Couple more substitutions checking in for both CPU and Gilbert, trying to get fresh legs on the field, and the Tigers will be the one to throw in over on the far touchline here. Jarrett Copadryer sends that one long, tried to clear it out. Again, Gilbert ball for the throw-in. Far line, Preston Stensland over here on this near line. He's the one that had the goal earlier. They might be headed his direction. Jackson Johnson starting to work his way up the pitch. Now over to Stensland. Stensland trying to work his way. Centers to the middle. Shot on goal misses just to the right. Camden Stevens got a good piece of it with his left leg. Just not enough on it to the left. And Gilbert's lead still holds at 1-0. Again, a lot of offensive pressure so far by the Tigers. Not a ton for CPU. Really haven't had the ball down here a ton. Now they start working their way. There's Gage Pierce. Pierce tries to get it up ahead, and the goalkeeper comes all the way in. Tyler Jenkins jumps on top of it. Between Jenkins and Stensland, it'd be pretty hard to tell who has the better hair of the two. Both got dyed red hair. Jenkins has a nice mohawk look. In the middle. Down goes a Gilbert player. That's Camden Stevens. He got caught up with the ball and dropped to the ground, and now CPU wants to go run it. Gilbert clears. Nice job by the back line. And immediately back up front for the Tigers is Camden Stevens, but he drops to the ground. Out of bounds, and it will be a play here for Isaac Larson to throw in for CPU. Back and forth we go here. 21-18 to go here in this one in the first half. An update from your other field over here. The winner of this game will play the winner of Webster City and Bishop Heelan. And Webster City in 9 minutes, if my math is correct. No, it's the other team. Bishop Heelan. They had the scoreboard wrong. Bishop Heelan is up 2-0 over Webster City in just 9 minutes. Gilbert, deep in their own territory, rolls into the lap of Krebsbach as the Tigers continue to put pressure on the Storm and Pointers. So yes, a 2-0 lead for Bishop Heelan already over top of Webster City. Storm and Pointers trying to work their way back down the field. This is Bradley Jones. Again, just not a ton of places to go. That's Gilbert ball. Just stifling defense by Gilbert on the back line. There's just not a ton of places to go, and the Tigers are forced to stop them again, which they do, and they'll have another throw in once they get substitutions off the field. A run-of-the-mill first half for the Tigers. So you can see all those students down there for Gilbert. Been a pretty good year for the Tigers, athletics-wise. An unbelievable golf team, a record-setting golf team for the girls' side. Boys' side, plenty of really talented golfers. State basketball, their girls' team made it to the state tournament. Football had a very, very good year. Obviously fell just short of the state playoffs, but a very good year for the Gilbert Tigers on the football side. A program that is known to produce winners. Both their boys and girls soccer teams made it to the state championships last year. Gilbert girls fell just short, and the boys were able to come away with a victory. And they're going for the two-peat here this year, and boy, they look good. Stensland knocks that one out, CPU ball. Throw in for Larson. Batted high in the air. Carter Duffy is also in the middle of that. Cardo to the middle. No one's home for CPU. Besides the goal, the Storm and Pointers have played pretty evenly here, kind of keeping Gilbert at bay. The Tigers have had a lot of good chances, just have come up short. Whistle is blown on Gilbert right around the midfield marker, and it will be Storm and Pointer ball. Beautiful sunny day here at the County Soccer Complex here in the capital city of Des Moines. 70 degrees is your current temperature, just a very light breeze. If you're in the sun, it's a little warm. If you're in the shade, it's a little cool. That one's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Tyler Jenkins. Nice grab by Jenkins for the stop. And he'll send that one back upfield. Gilbert's got numbers here. Over to the far line, number 15, Zachary Schrader. Schrader can't get to that one, and CPU will take it back. Beautiful here out at County Soccer Complex. Don't forget, for your semifinals, all the action will move to Drake University at Drake Stadium and Mediacom Stadium. Both stadiums will hold each semifinal at a time. So 2 games will be going on at once, just down the street from each other. I think your championships will take place on Friday. IHSAA has had wonderful connections with Drake University, and it continues to establish great stuff. Great facilities. They have locker rooms up there at Drake University for now these athletes to have. It is a phenomenal facility up there. If you haven't been to Mediacom Stadium, highly recommended. and that's where all the championships will be held. Stensland. There's a whistle on a foul there. Jared Bosenberg is the one whistled. Stensland with your only goal of the day for Gilbert, assisted by Tyler Holton. Free kick here for the Tigers. Good low line kick, batted up in the air. Stensland kicks it right back to the middle. Heading shot is good! You are kidding me, what a play! A wonderful header by Tyler Holton, making it look easy. Gilbert takes the 2-0 lead. Holton set up Stensland for the first goal. Stensland set up Holton for the second goal. Boy, that is your standard perfect header. That was well done by Gilbert. And the Tigers take the 2-0 lead over Center Point-Urbana. 16:30 to go in this one. Tigers trying to keep their foot on the gas here. Long kick high in the air, picked up on the far touchline. Jackson Johnson with it here. Again, no real history between these two programs, as expected, being about 2.5 hours separated from each other, almost 3 hours separated from each other. The only time they've played, you'd have to go back to May 5th, 2012, when Gilbert took over a win against CPU 2-1. Breakaway opportunity here for Bosenberg. He hits the turf, stolen away by Gilbert. Says Isaac Weary with it here, and right back over to Johnson. Johnson centered in the middle, goes right back to Brody Behrens, and Behrens sends this one upfield, but nobody's home for CPU, and an easy pickup for the goalkeeper, Tyler Jenkins. Long boot down the pipe for the Storm and Pointers. Gilbert wanted a handball, no touch. And again, just long kicks downfield by CPU. The wind is currently blowing towards them in a way, but just kind of overcompensating for a couple long kicks, and it's just not setting themselves up really well so far. Still a lot of game to be played, still a lot of adjustments to be made, but yeah, just kind of selling themselves short on a couple of these long kicks, trying to clear things out. Seems like they're on the defensive more than the offensive. Foul is called on Tyler Holton. And CPU will get it back right near the center line with 14:25 to go here in the first half. Gilbert on top, the one-seeded Tigers on top of the Storm and Pointers 2-0. Gilbert pretty much your one seed most of the season. This is the first year for state soccer and soccer in general that there was a rankings committee, as that one's headed over to the goalkeeper Jenkins, able to grab it. This was the same rankings kind of committee slash setup that the IHSAA used for state football and basketball. It was made up of former coaches, officials, and major soccer contributors to determine rankings pretty much by each classification, and it came out weekly during the soccer season. It also really helps set the tone for the postseason. So basically, if you were top 8, if everything stayed the same, your top 8 teams in the rankings were your top 8 teams in each district, and if they moved on, won their sub-state, they'd just be 1 through 8. Gilbert was the #1 team overall. Nothing changed. Nobody got beat, and they remained the same. That one tries to be centered to the middle, and offsides. It will be a kickball here for the Storm and Pointers. Also noticed a little bit of commotion kind of happening behind us, but every team, when they get here to the state soccer tournament, gets their pictures taken and whatnot. Kind of part of the rewards program. Holton tries to fire the shot. CPU's right there to recover. And a foul on Gilbert. That's part of the Iowa Farm Bureau kind of provides partnership there for that awards program. Includes trophies, medals, I think banners for all participating teams, obviously. And then you get your team picture, and it's a plaque, a team picture plaque for every participant. And then every single player also gets a souvenir soccer ball. So great work by the IHSAA and the Iowa Farm Bureau. Gilbert on top, 2-0 is your score. 12:06 to go here in this first half of play. Tigers are looking good, and they look like a team that has not lost a game this year, because that's exactly what they are. The Tigers have been so dominant this year. They've only given up 3 goals in their last 5 games. CPU gave up 4 in their last 5, including that 2-goal give up to Applington Parkersburg in the win over the Falcons. Cardo sends it long. A couple good headers in the middle, picked up by Gage Pierce. And back to the back line for CPU. Trying to put something together. Another good header. But once again, Gilbert just continues to sit there in the middle. Jacob Tallman and company right there, and that one's kicked out. It will be CPU ball. Holtman somehow almost saved that. Still going to call it out, but man, he gave it his full effort to try to keep it in. Actually, it's going to be a whistle. They call it out or foul? It was a throw-in. I was going to say it was out. I didn't see a foul, but looked like a little bit of confusion over there. Cardo was like, well, I wasn't sure what he caught from the official. Another ball rolls out, and a quick throw-in. CPU trying to get any advantage they can on a quick throw-in. They're not going to waste time here against this Gilbert team. Hansen with it here on the near side. He's played great defense. CPU really just hasn't had many shot attempts. That's how good Gilbert's back line of defensive been. Cardo goes up the middle, and again, it's caught right there by Logan Harswick. Jackson Johnson with it here. He'll go right down the middle, and that one's knocked high in the air. Boy, a lucky break for Ben Scholes. Got really lucky there. Knocked it high in the air, trying to save it, but it is a goal kick upcoming, or excuse me, a corner kick upcoming for Gilbert. And that will be Jackson Johnson once again to try a corner kick here. Gilbert had several corner kicks in the first couple minutes, so they're quite used to them here, and they're going to try to make it or take advantage of one right here. Jackson Johnson on the kick. It's turning well, and Cardo, good header, gets it out in front, and Gilbert's got to go chase it down. Nicely done by Will Cardo. Gilbert ball off the kick out of bounds. Nash Hansen is the one to throw in here. Got it over. Another good header in the middle. It's going to run right back this way. And Will Cardo goes up against Nash Hansen, and Gilbert has it here in the middle. Hansen lines up, tries to center, and CPU's got it on a header to try to clear and back out. Line drive right to Stensland. Stensland 1 assist, 1 goal today. He's had quite the day. Nash Hansen, who is usually on the back line, goes all the way over to the other side. Header attempt won't go. Blocked back by a Storm and Pointer down low. And CPU comes away with it. I couldn't quite tell who caught it, but somebody with a goal-scoring save, and a whistle is called on Gilbert. Another foul on the Tigers. So a free kick here for the Storm and Pointers. They're just going to go a shorter distance here. High kick, bounced up. And lands in the lap of Camden Stevens. 7:15 to go here in the first half. Number 1 Gilbert on top of number 8 Center Point-Urbana. Storm and Pointers an 11-4 record this season. Gilbert a perfect 17-0. Trying to move to 18-0 here. 2-on-3. Stevens trying to get there. That's knocked out. What's the call going to be? It's Gilbert ball deep in Storm and Pointer territory. Nash Hansen goes right back to Terrones. Terrones in the middle to Stensland. He'll go right back to Hansen. Gilbert has moved up their back line significantly here. Just continuing to work their way around, not trying anything too fancy. They try to work it inside, headed up in the middle, and nice grab by Tate Krebsbach. Sails in for the catch. 6 minutes to go in the first. Near side ball. Jackson Johnson up to Stensland. Stensland circles back around. Here's Nash Hansen. Nash kind of got there for a second, but nicely done by CPU to get in front, and a whistle is blown on, I believe, Truman Krukenberg. Ben Scholes over here for CPU. He'll have the ball right here. And sends it back over to Kurtz. Casey, a little lazy pass upfield. They'll slip it over to Krukenberg. And Stensland's right there. CPU trying to get everybody back. Stensland, shot on goal, just misses to the left. Boy, he took a shot at it. Tate Krebsbach got a hand on it just before it went. He did, in fact, touch it, so it is a corner kick for Jack Johnson and the Gilbert offense here. And it is Johnson to take it. Boy, that thing barely, and I mean barely, missed. Johnson's kick on the way, and it should stay right here. Krebsbach went up and got it with one hand and touched it to sneak it out. So, yep, another goal. And again kicked out, and another corner kick. Gilbert came into today 108 corner kicks on the year. Also, update for you, Bishop Heelan has taken a 3-0 lead over the 4th-seeded Webster City Lynx. Still 15 minutes to go in the first half of that one. Another corner kick on the way. This time, the header was really good, but it drops perfectly in the lap of Tate Krebsbach. And he'll send it back the other way with 3:45 to go here in the first half. CPU just hasn't been on the offensive much this half. Logan Krukenberg over to the far side. Fires, and no good. Another good play by Krebsbach. Gilbert very good at getting ahead and then able to stay ahead before any CPU players can get back. They're able to get it downfield, clear it just in time. Leaves at least 4 guys behind the ball. Now you do have 4 guys behind the ball. Stensland got it taken away. Nicely done by Ben Scholes. Krukenberg with the steal. Krukenberg working his way through traffic, takes a fall. Will Cardo tries to clear out. He does, over to the far line to Bradley Jones. Back line, almost a runaway opportunity for the Storm Pointers, just couldn't quite convert on it. Johnson fighting with Jones, out of bounds, CPU ball. 2.5 to go here in the first half. That ball knocked foul, or a foul is called, I should say. Can the Storm Pointers grab a goal here before halftime? High, long kick. Misses to the right and behind. Again, CPU, just a couple wild shots. Just haven't really gotten the look they're wanting. And that's just kind of been the issue for them today. Gilbert's goalkeeper, Tyler Jenkins, really hasn't been very busy, all things considered. Has made a couple saves, but really hasn't had to do anything drastic. Stensland up ahead to Krukenberg. Out of bounds upfield. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Very impressive ball so far played by Gilbert. CPU. Couple good attempts on offense, just haven't been able to hold back that strong offensive push. Jack Hackett for Gilbert now on the field. He's fighting for it. His first time calling his name today. Tigers tried to get it down, or excuse me, Storm Pointers trying to get it downfield, but again, Gilbert all over it. Stensland with it here. Send it upfield, over to the middle. As the clock continues to wind down here on this first half. Gilbert trying to get one more. Long shot on goal attempt will miss wide to the right. That will do it for the end of your first half of action. Gilbert, the #1 seed, looking good. They lead over #8 CPU. 2-0 is your score. We'll be back to take a look at your first half stats. You're watching free coverage of the quarterfinal action provided by the IHSAA. We'll be right back with more from the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
We watch sports to see the unexpected. We play sports to feel something. Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. But our reputation wasn't given to us, it was earned. We are the rising stars, the grinders, the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. From the backyards and backfields to the back rooms and backstage, we put in the work, and we're starting to reap the rewards. We've got events wacky and wild. Big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Welcome back to the quarterfinals here at County Soccer Complex in Des Moines. The quarterfinals are free to view here through the IHSAA. IHSAA is proud to be able to highlight student athletes in schools in an easy and accessible way with production from the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can catch the action here on your YouTube channel that you're currently watching and or the IHSAA website. Blake Walker with you here this afternoon. Number 2 Gilbert, the 1 seed, leads over number 8 seeded center Point-Urbana. 2-0 is your score. Tyler Holton and Preston Stensland are your goal scorers so far. They've assisted each other on each other's goals. It has been smooth sailing for the Tigers. They look and play just like the number 1 team you'd expect, and they look to move to a perfect 18-0 on the season. We're excited to see how the second half plays out. Before we get back to break, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the volunteers and individuals that make this and every IHSAA state tournament possible. The IHSAA is made up of 15 full-time staff members, and at this time, we'd like to introduce you to that staff.
We've got a phenomenal staff, and they're very committed to not just our 360 some schools, but the 70,000 male athletes that we provide programs for. That's what we try to keep in focus as much as possible, and that keeps us going. That's the fuel that kind of makes that train run.
Been with the Athletic Association 22 years. Currently one of the assistant directors under Mr. Keating, and serve in the capacity working with our student outreach services, and also am the bowling administrator, former golf administrator, and then work with our corporate sponsors and advertisers with regard to association publications, website.
So currently I'm the administrator for football, swimming, and track and field. As part of that, it's helping schools and officials with rules interpretations, organizing the state events at our different venues, communicating with officials, hiring officials, and assigning officials for the postseason competition.
I'm the director of officials, and then I'm also the sport administrator for wrestling and golf.
I help manage all the officials in the state of Iowa, make sure they're fully registered and have all their stuff completed prior to the season's beginning and the postseason.
Right now I oversee I administer sports of basketball and soccer.
So assistant director here at State Association. I'm a sports administrator for cross country, tennis, and baseball. I do our student advisory group, and I'm one of the 3 directors that helps with eligibility.
I am an administrative assistant here at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. I help out with the enrollment and beds and participation survey and the co-op sharing agreements for schools.
My position's evolved because our communication method has switched completely online from a print or driven organization that had its own print shop to now ADs online, supers online, fans online, parents online, students online. Everybody wants to see everything, so our website became our priority. Social media exploded because it had to. We've had to digitize our operations, and so as communications director, that means coming up with a lot of new things and new ways to do things.
Internal employee type things, benefits, payrolls, things like that. I do the internal financial statements.
I assist in the accounting department, so I assist Jess as the director of finance. So I deal with all our accounts receivables and our accounts payables, and I am also assisting her with the online ticketing program, Hometown Ticketing.
I specialize kind of in the student leadership realm and help Chad with some of his workshops and registration behind the scenes. I line up meals at tournaments, hotel rooms, that kind of thing for our board. I'm just kind of the one that learns a little bit of everything and helps wherever I can.
I do all the design work and then of course print the programs and anything else that needs printed.
I think my primary roles are vision. You know, where do we want to go? What do we want to be to our schools and our young people? Also, be the public face of the athletic association, be the connection between this office and the general public.
I think people often have a misconception of how many people are in this building. I mean, even people in Boone don't understand, no, there's only 14 of us.
You know, when you're a staff of our size, we've got to work together. You can't be in a silo, just kind of hunker down on your part of this. We've got to bounce things off of each other. We have to collaborate. We've got to share ideas, and we've got to jump in and help where we're needed. We've got a leadership meeting every week, and we make sure we go through everything and anything that we should be discussing and trying to figure out how are we going to do this. We have a lot of fun doing what we're doing. Why wouldn't we? We're around sports all day.
For me, it's important because I feel like I'm helping a child. You know, I have a child with high anxiety, and this makes a difference to a child like her. And so it's really cool to be a part of that.
But when the other states look at us and see the programs that we run, see how we run them, I think they say, you know, Iowa does it pretty well.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Welcome back to the Iowa High School State Soccer Tournament, your 2024 IHSAA State Soccer Tournament, sponsored by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Blake Walker with you here this afternoon for your Class 2A quarterfinal. Second half ready to get going. Number 1 Gilbert leads over number 8 Center Point-Urbana. 2-0 is your score. And we're set to go for our second half of action. Tyler Holton, your goal scorer for Gilbert, along with Preston Stenslin. And then on the opposite side, on those scores, they assisted each other. So very good teamwork between those two, and Gilbert leads 2-0. Update on your other field, still 2:42. I think they had an injury over there. Still 2:42 to go between Bishop Heelan and Webster City. Bishop Heelan, the 5 seed, currently leading over 4 seed Bishop or Webster City. 3-0 is the score over there. Handball's knocked out. It will be Gilbert ball. Tigers trying to extend the lead a little bit here. Throw in by the Tigers in the middle. Knocked up in the air and taken back away. Good kick out by Dan Grief. Gilbert was on the offensive most of that first half. Not a lot of defense to be played for the Tigers, not that they really had to. Goalkeeper Tyler Jenkins really didn't do a ton. They're throwing on the far line for Shane Hansen, or excuse me, Nash Hansen. Stensland somehow centers. CPU gets in the middle, and a whistle is blown. Looks like a handball, I think. I believe either Perry or Decora. I can't tell who is the... I think Perry, or I think Decora just took the 1-0 lead over Perry. Stensland around the edge, centers to the middle, cleared out by CPU. Nicely done. I believe that was Dan Grief again. It was either him or Jarrett Coppadryer. I believe Decora just took the 1-0 lead over Perry. Gilbert beat Perry a couple games ago, a 3-1 score for them. Perry at the time was ranked 10th in the rankings. Will Cardo tries to take it away, and CPU continues to hold around here. Long kick, foul called, CPU ball. Trying to move their way down the field here. Wind's picking up just a little bit here at the County Soccer Complex. It's really been pretty calm for the most part throughout the day. Cardo will line this one up. Header is up in the air. They collide, and it's good. Center Point-Urbana is on the board. It was a whole bunch of players together. I think Brody Behrens might have been the one to score, but Center Point-Urbana brings it within one. Just kind of bounced in off the header. Tyler Jenkins was way too far up, kind of got ran into by his own man, and just like that, the Stormouth Pointers bring it within one. Really just out of nowhere. They really hadn't shown a ton of offensive prowess, but all of a sudden you get a free kick. It sets you up for a perfect spot. You get a header in the right position, and we got a ball game. Header after header here in the middle. And a foul on CPU. And an extra push a little bit after for number 2, Gage Pierce, and the officials having a word with him. Kind of was kicking the ball a little bit extra afterwards. Logan Harswick will be the one to kick here for Gilbert. Great stop in the middle by Casey Kurtz. And a runaway by Bradley Jones. Out of bounds. Gilbert ball. You know the Tigers won't just sit down. They're going to stay aggressive. They were aggressive all that first half. Really just kind of stayed on top of things. Didn't let anything get too far. They're not going to go away easy. And CPU's not going to go away easy. Now that you finally got a score on the board, you can kind of close the gap a little bit. Krukenberg goes backwards there to Nash Hansen. Will Cardo is there. Up the middle. Slide tackle attempt misses for Jackson Johnson. And here comes CPU on the push. Again, another center. Gage Pierce is there. And Brody Behrens Again, there were so many heads in the middle, I wasn't quite sure who the goal scorer was. I think it was Brody Barons, the way they were celebrating, but can't be too for sure. Gilbert on the attack. Isaac Weary leading the way. Near side ball with Tyler Holton, and knocked out of bounds. It'll hold on Gilbert's side. 33:50 to go here in this second half. Gilbert, the 8 seed or the 1 seed, leads 8-seeded CPU. 2-1 is your score. Long throw in by Holton. That's a corner kick upcoming for Gilbert. A lot of these guys, a couple really good headers. Very impressed. Kick on the way for Gilbert. CPU got a piece of it in the middle, and they're able to clear it out and at least get the throw in and not a corner kick. So they'll take it. Back and forth they go. It'll roll out of bounds and will hold and go back to CPU. Definitely feels like the momentum has shifted. I mean, Gilbert, huge crowd for Gilbert, outweighs the CPU crowd, but still very good crowd for Gilbert. They're going to stay right behind their team the whole time. So it'll be really hard. CPU's really going to have to keep up the pressure here. Long kick ahead. Tyler Jenkins comes up and makes the grab. Says, all right, we're good. Calm down. He'll send this one right back. Ooh, a couple hard collisions there. A couple guys get together. Out of bounds. It will go to CPU. That one along the line. Again, you see that faint white line. That is from the original field that was painted. They painted that new line just to the below it, about 5 feet below it. That is your line that's actually on the field. There's that thin painted line that was from the original field. I don't know why it's so off, but who knows? CPU got a good center in the middle. Tyler Jenkins has to go out to get it, but what almost wasn't even an intended shot just bounced off Bradley Jones' chest and almost worked. So how about that? Good job by Jenkins to get in front of it. CPU on the run out. Dan Grief right there along with Brody Barons. Up ahead. Slide tackled. Misses. That was Gage Pierce. Pierce, no call. I mean, Pierce went down. Nonetheless, it is a corner kick upcoming here. Nope, a corner throw in. I thought they went to the far corner. Couldn't see from where I was at. So just a throw in. That kick is long and turned back upfield off the leg of Brody Barons, and it will be a goal kick here for Gilbert, closing in on 30 minutes to go here in the second half. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Webster City and Bishop Heelan. Bishop Heelan currently leads of the Lynx 3-0. Clock gets back rolling, and off we go off the goal kick. Gilbert, your 2A champions last year. Last year, first year, they added another class, 4 classes here in soccer. So what was 3A is now 4A. What was 2A is now 3A, so on and so forth. And then they just kind of split everybody up down from the bottom, 1A and 2A. You can see the whole classification, all the bed numbers on the IHSAA website, but added to kind of help out the growth. And we're going to have a yellow card. Yellow card has been handed to Jared Bosenberg. little too aggressive, so he'll go sit out for about 5 minutes here. That is the 4th yellow card against CPU this year. Gilbert only 1 yellow card this year. So we'll get the clock back rolling here after that stoppage for the yellow card. Gilbert would love another goal. Trying to extend that gap just a little bit more. Can't feel too comfortable to just be up 2-1. Storm at Pointers trying to get it back. Carter Duffy up ahead, running through traffic. Jenkins just gets there in time before Bradley Jones. Tell you what, though, CPU, the crowd on their feet for good reason. The Storm and Pointers starting to figure out some offense a little bit. Much more aggressive here on offense. Like I said, Bradley Jones really starting to work on some stuff, really getting his offense rolling here. Gilbert on the attack. Tigers haven't been on offense much this half. Stensland to the edge, centers. CPU clears. Good job. Up the middle. And a handball is called on CPU. Jarrett Copadriver, excuse me, gets called on the handball. And an upcoming attempt on a free kick here for Jackson Johnson in a very favorable position. So Johnson will line this one up. Low liner, just never really stood a chance. It was picked up by Copadriver. Never got off the ground. Dylan Terry fighting for it on the far touchline, and Stensland can't corral it, and it will roll out. Couple more substitutions checking in. Ben Scholes is in for center Point-Urbana. Carter Duffy is out. If you're just tuning in, this is the Class 2A quarterfinal. Gilbert and center Point-Urbana, 1 versus 8 seed. The Tigers got out to a 2-0 lead. CPU just responded in the last 10 minutes with the goal. Winner of this game will play the winner of Bishop Heelan and Webster City on Friday, this Friday, at either Mediacom Stadium or Drake Stadium over at the Drake University, at Drake University. And you're watching all of today's coverage free, thanks to the IHSAA here on their website and or YouTube channel. We appreciate you following along with us here today. It's a beautiful day for soccer here at the County Soccer Complex here in the capital city of Des Moines. You get a beautiful view, at least from our field. You can see the Ruan building and the principal building. Very, very nice. Foul is called on CPU. Gilbert will get a free kick here. Tigers lead 2-1. It's definitely not a comfortable 2-1. Feels like momentum's starting to shift a little bit. CPU is hanging tough. Storm Pointer is definitely doing a better job kind of getting out in front on a couple breakaways and giving themselves more opportunities at the goal. They just didn't have a ton in that first half. Gilbert really dominated the offensive possession side, but much improved here in the second half. Tyler Holton trying to get away with it, and he's whistled on a foul. Holton has whistled on a foul, and then number 6, Dan Grief, he got a little bit of a step over. It's just a normal foul called, no card or anything. It's dangerous territory to do that over there, right next to the student section. I have a feeling, and maybe it's just me, but I want to think that if Gilbert scores a goal down here, there's a chance they might have a possible celebration lined up with the entire student section. I don't know if that's a thing. I could be completely wrong, but it's just the way they're set up. They haven't sat down the entire time. Very dedicated. Always got to love it. Gilbert always brings one of the best student sections, any sport. Low line kick. Tyler Jenkins will come up and make the play, as we are about to hit 24 minutes to go in this Class 2A quarterfinal between Gilbert and Center Point-Urbana. Coming up after this at 4 o'clock, it is your Class 1A quarterfinal between West Branch and Van Meter. Stensland almost got it there in the center. It's dropped out. Gilbert ball. Holton to the middle. Nobody's home for Gilbert. And CPU will turn it back up the field. Krebsbach comes up and will pick it up. Definitely not having to work as hard as he did in the first half, that's for sure. I'm sure he's happy about it. Whistle blown on Gilbert. Drew Shellhorn went sky high, came down, I guess didn't have enough of a landing spot, so whistle is blown. Free kick opportunity for Will Cardo. It was kind of around this area where CPU scored last time because of a successful header. That time Gilbert's able to recover on defense a little bit better. Still should be CPU ball, and it is on the throw-in. Some substitutions coming in. Fresh legs in for the Storm and Pointers. Very disappointed. Did not see the Storm and Pointer mascot here today. I don't think mascots are really a big thing for soccer, but it'd be a beautiful day for it. I don't think it'd be too hot. It's one of my favorite mascots in the state. Storm and Pointers knocking on the door. Will Cardo, ooh, almost snuck through Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins had to get real low to block it, and block it he did, and the lead holds at 2-1. High boot in the air, corralled down by Owen Matson. And the whistle blows. Another foul. Will Cardo will be the one to kick here. So Cardo with a free kick opportunity here just into Gilbert territory. Stensland with the header. Gilbert doing all they can to get it out as we continue to go back and forth on some headers. Ben Scholes and company were right there. Here goes Gilbert. Kind of a wedge kick up ahead, but cleared out by Kurtz. Nicely done. They had a streaking Tyler Holton ready in case anybody missed. They're looking at Holton again here. Holton gets around Kurtz and cannot get around the next. Or actually, he got around Jarrett Coppadryer, and then Kurtz was the one that knocked it out. More substitutions continue to file in here. So fresh legs for the Tigers as we head to 20 minutes to go here in this one for the Tigers. Trying to hang on here. That ball right down the touchline. That's out. That's going to be Gilbert ball. Going to have a throw in here for Owen Matson. It's a good one. Headed in the middle by CPU and cleared out. Nicely done. Storm and Pointers on a run out. Look out. Jensen Thornton. Thornton, a push from behind, and a foul is called. That might be a yellow. Yes, it is. Yeah, Jensen kind of got out behind. It might have been a push. I'm not really sure. Jensen really didn't have much to say about it. But a yellow is called on Jensen Thornton. Kind of got into the back of one of the Gilbert players going after the ball. And he will head off to the sideline. Had a breakaway chance, just couldn't quite find it. Second yellow card of the day for center Point-Urbana. And Gilbert will have the goal kick. Out of bounds, CPU ball. They want to go quick. Try to stay ahead of Gilbert before they can get back. Long kick downfield. Boy, that almost turned out to be a good header. Went right perfectly off the top of the noggin for Brody Behrens. Jenkins boots that thing back downfield. It's not a great kick. CPU gets it back. Much improved second half here for the Storm and Pointers. Gilbert just has not had many opportunities on offense, and meanwhile, it's been a lot of offensive attacks by CPU. Very, very impressive so far. Storm and Pointers defeated Applington Parkersburg 3-2 in a very tight one to get here to the state tournament. Gilbert defeated Knoxville 3-0. And you know, it's always tough. Undefeated, target on your back, state champs, former state champs trying to repeat. Not an easy task, and CPU, despite getting down 2-0 early, really has not let it get to them, and they're trying to close back in and tie this thing back up. Foul called on CPU. Gonna try to set the ball back up here. See that a couple times, you know, try to get a couple more inches, couple more feet here to set yourself up for a free kick. That's a good one. CPU, though, on top of it and should be able to get it out of there. They go backwards. Stensland puts Casey Kurtz on the ground, and a whistle is blown, and it will hold on with center Point-Urbana. Winner of this game will play Friday, taking on Webster City and/or Bishop Heelan. The Crusaders of Bishop Heelan currently lead 3-0 over on the field behind us. That has 30 minutes to go in the half. I don't know how we got so far ahead of them, but we are currently sitting at just under 17 minutes to go. Another whistle blown, another foul called. Again, can't state enough how good the crowd has been today. All crowds. My first game this morning, Indianola and Des Moines Hoover, very good crowd. Another stoppage, that time it's a handball. Gilbert, you know, 17-game winning streak. Plus, you got to go back to last year, what they batted on. You got to be up there with one of the longer winning streaks in the state. I'm not sure the whole thing, but the IHSAA, I know, has a complete stat record book through their Achieve program on the IHSAA website. Obviously, the Hall of Pride no longer a thing, but they've taken everything in that Hall of Pride building that used to be at Hy-Vee Hall, and they've really kind of put it online for everyone to be able to see for free. You can go on to Achieve program. You can go to the IHSAA website. You can go to Achieve up on one of the tabs. You can go through all of the record books. The soccer record book is like 35 pages long. It includes past champions, state qualifiers, records, coaches, and just general history. I would highly recommend you check it out. Very nicely done by everybody over there at the IHSAA, being able to put that together. Interviews, very old interviews, awesome stuff. Gilbert trying to go on a run out here. Stensland won't be denied. Oh, very tough collision and a foul on Gilbert. Foul on Camden Stevens. (2-1) is your score. Under 15 minutes to go. Center Point-Urbana trying to hang in tough here versus the 1-seeded Gilbert Tigers. Stensland working his way through traffic. Will Cardo comes out with it. Turn and go by Tyler Holton. Holton still almost got through. Nicely done by Coppadryer to get through. That's Gilbert ball. And Holton is down, holding his leg. He's got a cramp and immediately motions for a parent. I don't know if that's a family member or if that's a trainer that was a parent, but he's getting stretched out over on the sideline by one of the parents here. So we'll wait for him to be checked out. The whistle never blew. The official just coming over now to check on him. So Center Point-Urbana is going to bring out their sides, as whoever the parent was over there is either a parent or a friend, pretty much. He looks very young, whoever helped him out, but they get him stretched out, so I guess this will be a quick stoppage here. Time is 13:32 to go here in your Class 2A quarterfinal. We'll wrap up today here on this field with West Branch and Van Meter at 4 o'clock. And then end the day off with Johnston and Iowa City High, the Little Hawks and the Dragons. We're not done here, though. 13:50 to go in this one. CPU ball off the throw-in. That ball's knocked up in the air. Who's it out on? It's going to be CPU ball off the goal kick. 2 early goals by Gilbert. Looked like they were going to be in cruise control, but again, ton of credit to Center Point-Urbana for coming through and making some big plays. And getting this thing within 1. Will Cardo and Krukenberg going at it. They're going to say he hit the ground because of the ball. Stensland waiting. Trying to work around the edge. He'll fire in. It's not going to go. Just behind the goal. Was last touched by a Storm Pointer, though, so it will be Gilbert ball. And it will be a corner kick for Jackson Johnson. So Jackson Johnson will line this up from the corner. On the way, and a snag. Tate Krebsbach. Somebody check on that man's vertical. Goes up and gets it. Nicely done by Krebsbach. And the whole Gilbert team was like, we swear we didn't touch him. He fell on the ground, and he did, in fact, fall on the ground. He jumped so high. Had to bring him back down. Tigers on another breakaway, trying to get out in front. Slide tackle by CPU. They're going to say there was no call. It was just a clean slide tackle, but down goes Gage Pierce. He is hurt behind the play, holding his knee. Let's see if he gets back up. Still no stoppage of play. Really, nobody's looking at him. Ball goes out. Gage is limping real heavily. And the coaching staff telling him to just sit down and take the timeout if he can get it. Clock is stopped at 12:01 here on the field. Gage is going to stand back up here. He's going to head back off to the sideline, definitely limping a little bit. That brings on Jensen Thornton onto the pitch here for center Point-Urbana. I don't think it was a cramp. I just think Gage kind of caught knees with whoever he collided with there. CPU really hasn't been on the offensive here a lot in the last 5 minutes. Kind of slowed down a little bit on their production. So we'll see what happens here, but Gilbert has stayed aggressive and has not let up. Throw in here for the Stormont Pointers. Gilbert trying to get away with it. Stensland on the far touchline, fighting hard. Tries to center. That's no, they're going to stay in. Good defense by CPU. Ash Hansen somehow, I thought he saved it. Nope, taken out by CPU. This game's not over. Stormont Pointers hanging tough. Hansen kicks it out again. CPU ball again. The ball boys trying to keep up, trying to get new balls back in as they continue to launch them out. All of our ball boys and Shags have done a great job here at the state soccer tournament all day today. Goal kick here for the Tigers. Drew Shellhorn with it here in the middle. He's going to go right back to his teammates. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go here in this Class 2A quarterfinal. Number 1, Gilbert, and number 8, center Point-Urbana. Been a pretty fun game so far. Gilbert was looking good, and then CPU got that score thanks to Brody Behrens and a header. Things are getting tight here. Here comes Gilbert trying to center in the middle. Great defense once again by CPU. Kruckenberg. Foul on Kruckenberg. Got a little too handsy over there. CPU's going to go quick. Kruckenberg gets it right back and goes back to Jackson Johnson. Ball is out. Once again, CPU ball. Sun continues to bake down on the field here. Still just only 72 degrees is your high. Could be 90, could be 80, but nope, perfect 70s. You could not ask for a better week of soccer. It's crazy. Rain really hurt last year's state soccer tournament. Really delayed it. I'm pretty sure, did delay it. I think, if I can remember correctly, I think they had to move back a day or something like that, or had to do multiple a day. Couldn't really tell you off the top of my head, but Mother Nature was not kind to the IHSAA state soccer tournament last year. This year, very beautiful. That one's kicked out. Is it enough for a corner? Yes, it is. So a corner kick up coming for Gilbert with 8:21 remaining here in this one. Tigers looking for the nail in the coffin here. in what would be a 3-1 lead. Actually, it's going to be a throw-in. I thought it might be corner, but it's going to be a throw-in over there. Foul called. Nope, no foul call. I thought I heard a whistle from the other side. That one's slow roller into the lap of Tate Krebsbach. Johnson can't quite get there, taken away by Grief. And over to the far line to Bradley Jones. Excuse me, that's Noah Schildroff. Haven't called his name today. Up ahead, Bradley Jones got there just in time to turn it, but it drops into the lap of Tyler Jenkins. Nice job by Jenkins to stay away and on top of it. Opportunities starting to run out here for CPU as we are closing in on 7 minutes to go in this one. Gilbert is still staying on the offensive attack. Nash Hansen somehow, before he was about to get down on the ground, saved it, and it's going to cost him more time. Anytime that ball goes right back over into CPU territory, it's just causing more time loss, and that's all Gilbert's really looking for. Yes, they could still be wanting to go for a goal. I'm sure they would be, only up 2-1, but anytime you can clear it and get downfield just like that, you're wasting time, especially there when it goes out. Actually, it stayed in. Shot on goal attempt just misses top right corner. It was touched, though. Was it touched? No, it was not. I thought Krebsbach touched it, but he did not, and it will be a goal kick. Six minutes to go. Nash Hansen turns, fires back upfield. That thing will stay in. Jack Hackett going down the far touchline. A whistle blown, foul on Will Cardo. And a free kick upcoming for Gilbert. Again, time is on their side. Winner of this game will play the winner of Bishop Heelan and Webster City. Heelan currently leads as that one goes wide. Almost a shot attempt. Gilbert almost had that 3-1 lead. Heelan currently leads Webster City 4-0 with 17.5 to go. Gilbert crowd starting to get into a little bit more, trying to will their team forward. Another foul on CPU. That's on Dan Grief. Under 5 minutes to go. Jackson Johnson sitting side by side with Owen Matson. Johnson kind of a wedge shot in there. CPU's all over it, but nobody is back to retrieve for the Storm Pointers to make a push. Nash Hansen shot on goal. Picked up in the air by Tate Krebsbach. Krebsbach will launch this thing back the other way. Maybe looking at one or two more chances here for Center Point-Urbana. They will get a throw in here. But Gilbert's back line just trying to hold serve, lock it down, and not let anything through. CPU wants a handball. It didn't get it. They go up the field. Gilbert's right there, though. Dan Grief. Grief with an opening. Says everybody go to the goal, and it's headed out by Nash Hansen. Drew Shellhorn working his way through traffic. There is a Storm and Pointer down just in front of the goal. And a whistle for a timeout, and they're going to call over the trainers here. Looks like just a cramp, but I can't quite tell who is down. as the center Point-Urbana trainer will make her way over to help out whoever that is on the ground and kind of stretch him out. Looks like a possible cramp. Clock is stopped at 3 minutes and 32 seconds, by the way. That is Will Cordo, who was down on the play, and Will hops right back up. See if he stays in the game or not. But good to see Will walking off here on his own power. And I do believe he's going to be headed back to the bench here. See if he comes back in the final 3.5 minutes. He's been big today. A couple big defensive stops and whatnot. Gilbert has it. A little bit of a weaker play. Barons got tripped up. No call. Kicked out. Boy, you get in that dangerous territory where you could be looking at a penalty shot. 3:09 to go. CPU with it. In the middle, cleared out. Kurtz will have to go get it here. An even better job done by number 3, Tyler Holton. Holton with it here. Cleared out by CPU, but that is Gilbert ball, and it's wasting more time. Holton, who has an assist and a goal today. Preston Stensland has an assist and goal today. Those two are the stars so far today for the Tigers. A throw in the middle and taken back by Bradley Jones. But Gilbert just won't let CPU get away. 2:25 to go. Long kick, going to go to some wide open grass. But nobody's home for CPU as Nash will just send it back the other way and time is running out. Storm and Pointers have it here. Crowd starting to get a little bit more anxious, trying to get behind their team. High kick in the air. Under 2 minutes to go. Throw in by Larson. Gilbert is just fine to just keep knocking this thing in the air and clearing it out in front. Whistle blown. Foul is called. Free kick upcoming. Oh boy, Dan Grief has a really good spot here. This is exactly where CPU scored their first goal. It's a wedge shot. Headed in the middle. I believe that was Nash Hansen. CPU tries for a bicycle kick, and instead it's cleared back down the field by Gilbert. And we're going to have 1 minute to go. The goalie trying to get back. Krukenberg over to Holton. Tyler Holton working his way to the middle. Shot doesn't go. Krukenberg right there. And that's cleared out. 45 seconds left. Hansen with it here. We'll just work it along the side to Stensland. Stensland continues to keep it in. Now the whistle finally blows. 30 seconds to go. And the Gilbert crowd can feel it. Under 20 seconds to go. A heck of a fight put together by center Point-Urbana. Another long kick. Nash Hansen once again sends it long. But the Stormer Pointers is going to come up just short. The title defense is still alive. Number 1, Gilbert holds off number 8, center Point-Urbana, and wins. 2-1 is your final score. The Tigers are on to the Class 2A semifinals on Friday, where they will take on most likely Bishop Elon, who leads 4-0 over Webster City. So a great win for Gilbert. The Tigers defeat Center Point-Urbana. 2-1 is your final score. The 1 seed is moving on. Let's send it down to the field for your awards presentation. Center Point-Urbana team making their way to midfield to celebrate with their fans. A remarkable achievement for Center Point-Urbana to get to the state tournament. And on the other side, Gilbert making their way over, applauding their fans. A great section today for both teams. Number 1, Gilbert defeats number 8, Center Point-Urbana. 2-1 is your final score. Gilbert advances to the Class 2A semifinals where they will take on Bishop Heelan, who is currently up 5-0 over Webster City with just under 10 minutes to go. On behalf of our producer, Aaron, I'm Blake Walker. Thank you for watching the Iowa High School Athletic Association broadcast of the 2024 State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be back at 4 o'clock for Van Meter versus West Branch. Thank you for watching Iowa Boys State Soccer.